I agree with what's about to happen next much more. Rebecca Harary joins us today. She has been a community activist, business person, mother of 8, and grandmother
Mother of
6,
6.
grandmother of 11, 17 total. And more importantly, one of the highest vote getters ever in a state assembly race as a Republican here in Manhattan, which is, they barely exist. But more importantly, recently you left the B'nai Zion Foundation to start a PAC, the CASEPAC.
Yes.
Which is to combat anti-Semitism everywhere.
That's right.
And Frank and I have been highlighting the rise of anti-Semitism all around the world, especially here in America. They're even under attack from our own legislators. What made you leave the foundation to start your own PAC?
Well, look, bottom line is Jewish hatred, it begins with the Jews, but it never ends with the Jews, right? Let's take a look at some classic examples. You have World War II. The killing and the burning of 6 million Jews was not enough. It was just the beginning. The Nazis went on to kill millions of Polish Catholics, homosexuals, and many other minorities, right? In ISIS, it started with the hatred of Israel in the West. But then the next thing you know, they were killing thousands of Yazidi men and, sexually enslaving Yazidi women and children, right? And in Europe, during the Spanish Inquisition, if you want to go back that far, they were persecuting and killing the Jews, but it didn't stop there, right? Let's not forget what they did to the Muslim people. And so this is something that, you think it just happened long ago and far away, but it didn't. And hate is here right now. It is on our doorstep. And the history of the Jews proves that it's just a door opener to the hate of more and more people.
Many people say that there are a variety of different types of anti-Semitism. Everyone understands, I guess, the stock anti-Semitism. We hate Jews. Right. Or like Iran says, debt to Israel.
Right.
Those are simple ones. What are the other varieties that they try to give us in a nuanced way?
Well, there are 3 sort of what you would call divisions of Jew hatred, right? You have the right-wing Jews. The right-wing Jews are your Nazis, your neo-Nazis, your KKK, right? Then you have the left-wing Jews. Those are the Jews that are pro-BDS. Pro-BDS, BDS stands for boycott, divestment, and sanction of Israel. And anything to do with Israel. They're looking to wipe Israel off the map. And, and then you have what you would call the extreme radicals. The ADL, which is the Anti-Defamation League, recently put out their statistics, which show that collectively, Muslim countries, the people living in Muslim countries, their acceptance of anti-Semitism is 3 to 13 times higher than the threats of violence coming from the right and left wing hatred of Jews alone.
So, Rebecca, for starters, so the CASEPAC PAC that you've started, what are you guys going to be doing to combat this?
So CASEPAC stands for Combat Anti-Semitism Everywhere. We are the first and only PAC in the country that is dealing specifically with anti-Semitism. There are many PACs, and they're doing wonderful things, making an alliance between the Jews and Israel. This PAC is dealing specifically with anti-Semitism. We are a bipartisan PAC, and we will be looking to endorse and support 20 in 2020. What does that mean? 20 federally elected officials and candidates running for office that are willing to fight the fight, that are willing to do something about anti-Semitism and pass real legislation so that, we can fight anti-Semitism not in the streets, but in the courthouses.
Right.
That's really what needs to be done. And that's what will empower
Donald Trump, many presidents have said, we'll move the embassy. Trump moved the embassy like he said he would. Another promise kept.
Yep.
In your view, has there been a president in this era, in the modern era, that's been more positive to Israel?
No, absolutely not. I think we can all agree on that, whether you're, a Jew who knows a lot about what's going on with anti-Semitism or not, I think we can all agree that this president has made true and tremendous strides in the relationship with Israel, for the safety of the Jews in Israel, and for safety for all minorities also living in Israel, which includes many Muslim people.
That's why it's so interesting to see many people pin the rise on anti-Semitic incidents to the rise of the alt-right and white nationalism, which they so often tie to Donald Trump. But let me ask you, in your judgment, what is behind the uptick in anti-Semitic incidents, not just around the country, but around the world?
Well, it's the main source of hate for Jews now is coming from, extremism. And because of that, it is inciting a lot of violence. You also have tremendous amount of Jewish hate coming on college campuses, which is affecting our next generation. And that all has to stop. We need a zero tolerance policy, and I ask anyone who's listening to please indoctrinate your own zero tolerance policy for yourself and the way you live. Educate yourself. When you see Jewish hatred, stop Jewish hatred. If you don't like hearing the N-word or anything negative about the LGBTQ population, you would be offended. You should be equally as offended when you hear something negative about the Jewish people.
What's the website for CASEPAC?
Okay.
It's casepac.org. Very easy,
right.
CASEPAC.
Go check out casepac.org. And you know what I always say, hate is going to hate, but everybody's got to do what they got to do, and love is the answer. We'll take a quick break, come back with more impeachment.
Thanks.
And a whopper of a Win-Win Wednesday show right after this.
Thank you.